How's it going, guys, and welcome to Cinemaholics. My name is Ryan, and I'm a Cinemaholic, and today I'm going to quickly and briefly just talk about Season 3 of the Netflix original series, Love. Now, I kind of got into the first season a little bit late and then stopped for the second season, but in the last week, I binged the second season, and I binged the third season. And I don't know why I stopped, to be honest. The first season is probably the weakest of the three, but for me personally, each season got better and better. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the final episode of Season 3, but I kind of just want to go through and talk about some of the characters. We've got Gillian Jacobs first, and she plays Mickey Dobbs. She is the lead girl who goes through all of these troubles. She's an addict. She's going to AA. And, the best thing about this, I'm just going to go right into the chemistry between Paul Rust and Gillian Jacobs. And I think why they work so well as characters together is because they are such exact opposites. They both, and I feel like they summarize this very well in the final episode of the opposites attracting, but also how they're able to overcome each other's weaknesses by bolstering each other up. And I think that's something that is super true in life, and I think that's one thing that this series as a whole does really well, is that they're able to really just kind of give you a glimpse into some people's lives, and the characters are so fantastic and so real that you feel like you're just experiencing this with someone. And I think that's why I enjoyed Season 2 and Season 3 so much, is they really dive in depth in what these characters are thinking and feeling, and it doesn't necessarily feel like a series that you're watching a series. It feels like you're watching people, just that the characters are so likable and lovable that you get on board and it leaves you wanting more. I think what benefits Love the most is the Netflix platform, is that you're able to just sit down and watch this in big chunks and long form. It does end up feeling more like a 12-hour movie, or no, because it's not even an hour, so it's only like a 6-hour movie. Look at us, 2018, talking about 6-hour movies. But and that's another thing that I really enjoy about Love, is that it is like 23 30-minute episodes. It's just a nice break from these long, very serious, series. Like Game of Thrones, where it's an hour and a half an episode. This is just little chunks of goodness. So talking about Gillian Jacobs, she does fantastic as this character. You really believe all of these struggles that she's going through, and Paul Rust is on point with all of his interactions as well, playing this really geeky character that personally I relate to. And I think out of the supporting cast, I wanted to mention, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place here, this isn't really structured, but Claudia O'Doherty, I butchered that, but she plays the role of Birdie. She's not in the first season as much, but she definitely has gained a more prominent role, and I love her character. Her character easily could have been that one that's just the stupid friend who doesn't know anything about America, and she's adding levity because she just doesn't understand these things. But the way she was able to play the character, I think, really added some genuine emotion and realism to the script. It was never over the top, and her performance was very, very steady. So I'm going to skip forward in this. From going forward, I'm going to talk about a little bit of spoilers, specifically about Season 3. The main arc here in Season 3 is as it's continuing Gus and Mickey's relationship as they meet each other's parents for the first time, or he meets her dad, and she meets his parents and family and extended family at a reunion, and it really tries their relationship, which I think is very honest and scary when you're meeting your significant others and your partners, your boyfriend, your fiancés, whatever. When you're meeting other people's parents and you feel the pressure of having to impress them, that's a real genuine thing. And I think that this show really portrayed that very well. And I loved how that was such a integral part of this season, because it really did highlight who these people were, and how who they were doesn't necessarily define who they are. And it really does talk about a lot of becoming something new and being able to help your partner become something new, which really stood out to me. And the way the season wraps up, I'll be honest, it does kind of feel like they got the news that they weren't continuing, which I think, in all honesty, does benefit the series a lot. I feel like it could have gotten really old if they just kind of kept going along the same pattern and the same pattern. And by the fourth or fifth season, we would have been like, okay, we get it. Like, they're good for each other. We're rooting for them, but they're never going to make it. Like I said, spoiler alert, they do make it. And I think that really genuinely was my favorite part. It did feel rushed. It felt like the last episode kind of came and all of a sudden they were wrapping everything up and they wanted a satisfying, happy ending. But it really ended up working for me, and just the way it does kind of like lead up to it, and then they turn it and, oh, the guy dies or almost dies or whatever. They're not going to get married. Oh well, but we still love them and they're so happy together and they're working through all their problems. And then while they're in the club, all their friends are at the bar, drinking, having a good time. Everyone's partying on Catalina, and they go out and they have this really cute, intimate moment, and they end the season and the series by getting married. And I just really, maybe it's the sucker within me, but I just really enjoyed how it wrapped up. And I just sat here smiling. I literally just finished like 5 minutes ago, and I'm just sitting here smiling all giddy. Call me dumb, whatever. This romantic crap, it gets me. Which, speaking of, that was the final thing that I want to address here is Judd Apatow. This is an Apatow production, and he just really gets me. That guy, me and Judd, we go way back. And I think whenever he's making these series and his plays, he just like uses my personal experiences and rips them out of my heart and my soul and puts them on screen. But in all honesty, yeah, this dude knocks it out of the park. I really enjoy almost everything that he puts out, and Love is not an exception to that. It's really a remarkable show that, like I said, progressively gets better, which isn't always the case. So that kind of sums it up for me. I'm going to go ahead and score this. I haven't scored something in a long time, but I'm going to give this an 8.5 for the season and the series of Love. 8.5 raccoons out of 10. So that's what I think, guys, but this is about all of us. So have you seen it? Because I personally feel like not a lot of people watch this show. So comment down below, have you seen this? What did you think? Did you like season 3? Or did you not see it? And why have you not watched this? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe as always. Make sure to check out all our other videos and check out some of these ending ones. And until next time,